I don't know. Well, hopefully if you're joining us now, we've restarted the stream. I'll hopefully be able to track down the footage. Eh, we'll wait and see. I don't know.
I'm checking. Yeah, okay, we're live now.
I don't know. Well, for everybody tuning in out, we have been live for the last 15 minutes and everything's been fine on my end. It's been saying we're streaming. It said we had people watching. There was 2 people watching apparently.
I don't know.
I don't know
PlayStation
whether it's been a glitch. Yeah, I will be able to find this footage somehow. There will be some way. So
if everything was wrong, no. Murphy's on Paul. Paul the affected round. Yeah, hi. Oh, there's never a dull day with us, is this going? Never a dull day.
nah, it's always it's always an interesting one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether it's a connection glitch or a PlayStation glitch or
Who knows?
it might be. I don't know. It might be a connection glitch because there seems to be a lot going on in Tier 4. People getting disconnected, and so whether maybe the PSN is having a little bit of a meltdown, we shall see. But I suppose we'll catch them up. What have they missed, Lee? Murphy on pole, Riordan in second. It was dry. Now it's raining. We're in Austria. That's about it. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. Maybe it's something I've done, I don't know, but everything looked to be alright on my end. Maybe it's a little box I clicked on, maybe I just, yeah. Pass. Answer's on a postcard, as they say. Answer is on a postcard. 1:04.9 is our poll time then. 13,000 separate the top 2, and then there's only a tenth, I suppose it is, until P3, but it's a very, very tight grid at the start here, particularly at the front, Lee, and then that little group from sort of P4 all the way down. I mean, you look P4 to P11, there's not much separating those, particularly P5 to P11. So it is going to be a very, very close, tight grid. We always expect that around here in Austria. It is just a short track. It is just, yeah, I don't know. It is just, together, I was just having a little mess there, thinking something else had happened.
Oh well. Well, it's fine. We're live now. It's a little bit belated, but who cares? We're here.
Yeah,
and that's the main thing.
It's yeah, yeah.
It's something.
I don't know. I don't know. I appreciate all the panic from the Tier 5 drivers, but
yeah, that's how they love us.
Oh well. You'll get a reintroduction of the stream, I suppose. Because it was a good intro, I think.
It was. I mean, apart from what you called me, yeah, it was. It was. I'll give you that.
Oh dear. Well, anyway, we're on board then with CRL Spider. This might be a bit of a fruitless effort, mate. I can't lie. He's in the Alpha Tauri, nicknamed the Admin Tauri, of course, him and Murphy in it together, the 2-tier admins, and it is going to be a fruitless effort up to the line. A 1:09 is the lap time. And that finishes off qualifying then. We've seen it all. Somebody's been watching it. I don't know who, but there was a couple of people watching the first part of the stream. It went through all right. And, well, there's what you missed. Murphy on pole with 1:04.942, 13 thousandths ahead of Riordan, the reserve, who put it on pole last week in Kota. Couldn't quite make it work in the race. MKP just over 1/10 off the pole time, ahead of his fellow countryman of Victor Mean by 0.08 of a second. Duncan, the Portuguese driver in the Mercedes, 1:05.31, starts that really, really tight group all the way down to BX37 Pro in P11. Spider and Pancake make it a CRL all 12 and 13, with last season's champion Mark Wilson readjusting to the new peripherals, to the new assist, down in P14 and 106.17, 6 thousandths ahead of Mean Moody in 15th. AFL Tofar, Curly, and Ghost Angel 1 follow up with Hedgehog 11 also serving a quali van for this race from about 6 years ago, I think it was you said.
Yeah, 6 years ago, that's exactly what I said.
6 years ago. But good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Code Racing League. It's Monday night. It's the second time I've said this tonight, but however, we will batter on with that. Tier 5 is back in an official capacity this week. It's the first round of 12. The next 12 weeks, me and little Leroy will be bringing you all the action. I told you to get it back in. All the action here on a Monday night at 8:15 as these 20 drivers go for the inaugural Tier 5 championship. And of course, there's also the combined constructor where the points totals from every constructor from Tier 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1 gets totaled up together and adds up. You can tell what Team Lee's in. But it looks to be dry here, Lee, for the race. We've seen a dry to enters qualifying. Just a reminder from when I'm doing the stats, Scott, you missed out the first half. That's what happened. It's a dry to enters qualifying. It is then going to be a dry race to start, but that's a little bit of foggy off in them forests in the background, eh?
Yeah, it could be interesting, but rain straight away, so.
And it is, because there is no formation lap, it is 5 red lights, and why do I have no graphics? There we go. That is such a... This game is bugging tonight. Anyway, we are away and racing on Austria. Apologise, that seems to be maybe a PSN or a Cody's glitch, but we are underway. It looks to be fairly clean, Lee. There's a little bit of chopping and changing here, going on the run down to turn 3. A little bit of contact there between Riordan and Victor Mean as Riordan tries to defend his P3.
It's no, everyone's going to say straight with there's a few cars half spinning, but I think there might be a wind damage on a few cars. But yeah, everything seems to be roughly okay at the moment. From what I can see, going into turn 4, Murphy has a 6-10 lead. Great start from him, but they're nearly 3 wide. The back they are 3 wide between Ben, BX67 Pro Duncan, and Kieran. But Ben on the soft tires up in the P9. But an interesting start so far.
Yeah, it's been coupled with graphical glitches, internet glitches, streaming glitches, and but I think we're underway now, Lee. Yeah, 2 cars starting on the soft end, BX37 Pro and the man we're on board with, CRL Tofar. A multitude of cars in the hard and mediums, a good mix throughout the rest of the grid. It is a real variety when it comes to the strategy and the tyre compounds this game. Things you love to see from a driving perspective, even better from a viewer and a commentator's perspective. I'm on board with Victor. I mean, he's chasing down Nacho, his teammate, the 2 McLarens. I'm silently rooting for them as a McLaren driver myself tonight, but I'm not going to say too much. That is the tail end of this first pack here. These two, they don't want to battle too hard. They tried to go side by side into turn 3, and that's brought the likes of Gautier, Fallon back into the mix now. 1 second is the key for the DRS. It's where all the squabbles go the first lap, Lee. Everybody's pushing to try and stay within 1 second of the car in front, break it behind, and we get some interesting battles, particularly around a tight circuit like this. Mark Wilson was very close to the rear of Kieran there for a second, but now he's defending from Hedgehog 11. 2 previous Tier 4 championship winners going it very close together there through turns 6 and 7, Lee.
Yeah, it seems like the mediums of Hedgehog are boiling off them at the moment as Victor Mean and Gautier and Victor Mean's round. They're side by side in the final corner, which is very hard to go side by side in, and the McLaren drivers come off first. I think he has wing damage. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to go on escape, but he's lost a lot of time there now for regain focus. MKP, the battle for the lead, stays behind Murphy for now, and I reckon we could take aim with DRS chicken quite a lot in this race. That's what happens. Oh, his Nacho's almost spun. He's lost the back end, lost a lot of time, and now he's just head of the Ferrari behind.
Yeah, DRS chicken. Not so much on the one for the start-finish straight, that one out the penultimate corner, but the one going into turn 1 as MKP riding on board has lost it on the exit of turn 4 into the wall. Front wing damage. Virtual safety car has been deployed, and he is going to lose buckets of time, buckets of position, and going to have to make an early stop off those mediums. The track, maybe it's a little bit cloudy, maybe not quite up to the grip level some of the drivers first expected, but it's going to give us a chance for the drivers to settle back in. The delta's in place. You have to reduce your pace, match the delta, if you speed it, you're going to get a drive-through, and we'll see if anybody goes in for an early pit stop. AFL, 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. There is an early pitter in the form of Scooter Clem, 2 laps on the mediums. I've seen him battling at the start of this lap here with BX37 Pro. So I wonder, is this a wing change or is this just purely strategical? It looks to be a wing change for the Alpine, so an ample time for him. Hedgehog 11 also in the pits, as is MKP expected. Ghost Angel 1 following his teammates in the virtual safety cars, though a bit more handy this game. They tend to last a little bit longer, so it gives more opportunity for unique strategy calls like that.
Yeah, I'm watching Murphy. He's forgotten to turn off his overtake. He's on 8%. He's not turning it off. He hasn't turned off the whole VSC. So I'm not sure if he hasn't realised, but that's not good for him considering we owed him behind as 100% ERS.
That is, that is one of those mistakes that you make once, maybe twice. Oh, sweet. Penalties, yep, drive-through for Murphy, drive-through for MKP, and Murphy still burning that ERS, still got it on. This could cause chaos, not just for his defence, but also for going around about the corners. Hopefully for him it resets in the pits, but that is disaster for the pole sitter. Riordan through into the lead then, Nacho will go through into second, Tomo tip-top into third, and Murphy is going to lose effectively 20-odd seconds, 20 seconds on the pack here. I'm going to have to really try and make things up later on in this race.
Yeah, so it goes to BX37 Pro on the back of the Ferrari. As there's the Elf right there, that is Ghost Engine 1, I believe, in the middle of the sector, but BX37 Pro going down the inside, he sends it and makes a move. A little bit argy-bargy, but it's very fair. And BX37 Pro has had a great start. Where did he start? So we get the position changes up. He started down in P11 as up in the P4. Soft was working wonders with him, and his next target would be Tomo Tip-Top.
Yeah, BX37 Pro up 7, Topher up an amazing 10 in this first 5 laps. MKP down 16, of course, Victor Mean down 13, Murphy down 13, the sort of free we expected following what we've seen. Scooter Clem, I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, he had that wing change. I was about to say I'm not too sure what happened to him, but of course coming in with that wing change under the virtual safety car. Duncan slowly keeping to the back of Gotti following here, maybe looking to make a move at some point. Riordan 2.8 seconds, 2.9 seconds clear at the front. Nacho 1.3 clear of Tomo Tip-Top. They've checked out a little bit, but then there's this little Tier 1 trademark registered DRS train. Mark Wilson, though, goes down the inside of Kieran into turn 1. They stick it side by side, make it work, the 2 hard runners, and now it's going to be a drag up the hill towards turn 3. And there could be the first proper game we see of DRS chicken. Mark Wilson does fall in behind to get that DRS, uses plenty of curb on the left hand side to try and maximise his speed through the corner, but a little wobble there is going to cost him time, and even with DRS it's going to be tight to close up that gap. Behind you can see Pancake battling with Spider, battling with AFL going down into turn 4, but nobody able to quite make a move. Curley also hanging around in the background looking to pick up some scraps.
Yeah, very good racing so far. I mean, the fuel spread isn't too much, it was at the back, and everyone seems to be in the battle, which is very good for entertainment. Mark Wilson, I'll be on the back of Kieran now for P8, and we'll surely try and make a move. Maybe not down the pit straight, maybe down the back straight. Going into turn 3. Is he uses overtake? No, maybe I'll go for it now. No, he's going to hold back, probably go for do turn 3 level. Up front, here comes the Ferrari on BX37 Pro on the hards. Maybe Ben's soft start and die a little bit. The Ferrari goes to the inside, and Ben brakes very late. Goes and tries to get better traction. Oh, there's a crash? Yeah, that's me, Moody, that's a safety car.
Full safety car then. Mean Moody, the first official retirement from the new Tier 5, and that is a lap 7 safety car, losing it on the exit of turn 1. We've seen Mark Wilson do it on the opposite side of the track in qualifying, into the wall. Mark Wilson, Mean Moody, both getting caught out in the same corners. Fortunately for Mark, his was in quali. Mean Moody not quite the same, and it will be nil point P20 for him tonight. But safety car Lee brings in some strategy calls. BX37 Pro Topher on the softs, a chance for an early pit stops. Will the mediums keep going and try and go for a one stop maybe later on with the hards, or maybe even some people have said to me a medium soft is possible. I personally don't think it's doable.
I don't think So Ben coming into the pits off the soft tires, he'd go hard. He could, I reckon they're trying a hard stand, but it would be a mega step from him, as so is Topher. Or they could go mediums trying to make a two-stop work. But yeah, everyone else seems to be staying out, apart from Kieran, who's in, mate. Is that for damage? I don't believe it's for damage. That could be maybe he's going the mediums onto a two-stop track. You saw Pancake as well, he's into the pit. So auto driver's pitting. And very curious, sealed obviously, yeah, Ben onto the hards, Topher onto the hards, that makes sense. Kieran on to the mediums, and then Pancake will be on to a set of hards. So, Kieran trying to go for a two-stop, the other three drivers who paid are all intending to go for one stop, I would guess.
Yeah, Kieran's hand forced a little bit there, though. He did change that front wing on the Williams, so a little bit of damage picked up earlier, maybe forced the hand and pushed him onto the two-stop, but definitely possible. The mediums are a decent race tyre. I would say the hards are a slightly better tyre for the longer stint. Obviously, they last longer, but they generally feel a little bit longer. Not a little bit better in the longer lasting. There we go. We got the words out eventually. So it'll be an interesting call to see that. Mark Wilson really jumping up through the grid here. He's up into P6. I think he was starting down about P14 or so. So it's been a big jump up from him. Yep, up 8. AFL up 8. Curly up 9. Tomo Tip Top up 7 to P3. What a start he's had in this first little stint. And of course, Victor Mean, MKP and Murphy all down, losing a lot due to either incidents or a little bit unlucky poor decision making. I don't know. Just sometimes you cut it too fine to the edge, and a couple of them picking up a drive through, but it's a nice chance for them to try and pick it up again and work their way through the field. And we've got now about 4 different strategies on the go here, Lee.
Oh yeah, it's very, very, very confusing for us, especially because mainly for me, because I'm not the most smart individual, but yeah, but this gives us a chance to get a bit of calm down, because obviously the start with the mixture of the graphics and all that was just very chaotic, to say the least.
Absolutely. It was, audio issues. Well, we had audio issues at the start of the stream that nobody saw. It took me about 30 seconds to get the audio to come through. I had to pause and unpause, pause and unpause. Some graphical issues. So, maybe that patch they put out today is they decided just to mess with the comms teams. AFL must be noted as well. Oh, just about to say Kieran getting a 5-second penalty for collision with Hedgehog. I wonder if that was just a concertina effect with the braking into turn number 4. AFL thought, it's always a tough decision. He got that 5 second. It might have been a little bit, contentious, shall we say, that maybe it wasn't his fault, maybe it was, who knows. We might see a report into the stewards to get that removed, and maybe that's why he's not pit. Some people would have just said, well, I've got the 5 seconds, get the free, get them removed, and see how things go. So he's opted to stay out. Safety car is going to do another lap. Of course, it just picked us up there. MKP closing up to the back of the pack, and I think, Lee, I'm optimistic this should be our last lap under the safety car. Lap 10, which means we'll get racing on lap 11. 26 laps still to go.
Oh, yeah, Kieran into the pits. I think he might have damaged from the Hedgehog, or he's serving his 5 seconds. If he has another set of hearts, depending on what strategy he picked, that actually isn't too bad for him. Then he can go to the end and see what he does. Is he going to go onto the hard tires and he served his 5 seconds? I actually can't see the tires, so give me a second. I will tell you when it comes up.
He's going onto the softs.
Maybe he didn't have another set of the hards available. Wait, he should have another fresh set of mediums, unless he went softer and profile.
Yeah, unless he went softer, he's only got 1 set of mediums, 1 set of hards. Personally, I would have thought he would have maybe went back on the hard, even if it was the older hards, stretch them out again, and then you've got maybe back onto the main mediums again if you don't have a fresh one at the end. You're ultimately still going to have to do another stop, so a bold strategy here going on the softs is Kieran. He is going to have the catch up as well, which I think he should do, and like you say, safety car going to be in this lap. Now this could be a very, very big race to final moment, of course, Lee. The first safety car. And we've seen it once, we've seen it again. Safety cars can breed safety cars, particularly around a circuit like this where the racing is so tight and the cars are so, the gap between drivers is so minimum.
Yeah, it was ring on reorder now. He's letting the safety car go, so I reckon he could go in the middle of turn 9, I would guess. Haas, who has already led that actually that because obviously Murphy's mishaps, but reorder now. When will he go? That's the real question. He is gone now, and he seems like on a very good restart. He's 7 tenths clear of the crack behind, but he went a little bit wide, so he's caught a natural out, but not too much. But further back, you have Duncan, who's the closest of the top guys now to Gauthier into turn 1. Everyone kind of gone through a single file. Riordan already gotten around about a second away of the cars behind, but everyone well behaved, and no one apart from towards the back is really close. Actually, no, Duncan on the back of the Ferrari. He's in a Ferrari sandwich with Gauthier steering Mark Wilson behind them on the exit, trying to get better traction than the Ferrari, but he's a little bit too far behind. Yeah, everyone behaving themselves, and actually no overtakes apart from Kieran on Ghost Angel. But wait, hang on a second. Murphy on Curly into turn 4. Murphy trying to get positions back after his 12-2 penalty, and he gets that move and up in P9.
Yeah, pretty, like you say, a pretty calm, pretty chill, pretty organised safety car restart from Riordan, and the pack, he did catch some of them napping a little bit, but there's no huge gaps formed. Everybody kind of ready and alert. Murphy getting that move done. Hedgehog looking to follow suit as Murphy also gets past AFL, just missing that. He is on a charge to reclaim that.
Oh, he's lost on the exit behind the corner, and that's another safety car. And I reckon we're going to see the medium runners put on the hards now, the ones that didn't pit. But that's quite bad for the hard runners, because what do you do now? You can't put on mediums, they won't make it to the end. So you have to just stay on hoping for a safety car. Marcos, and last season's champion, is out in the opening race. He went a little bit wide, and the grip can be sometimes, if you get on the power a bit too early, it can be over your race, and that's happened to him. So unfortunately, Marco he's out. But as you said, safety cars and safety cars, and that wasn't necessarily like an instant between one more drivers. That was just maybe his tires weren't wound up. Maybe I'm not too sure. I think he just got on the power a bit too early on the final corner.
Just opened up the throttle. Just like you say, it's one of those corners where you can sometimes almost be compromised as well. You try and carry too much speed through the corner, Lee. You try and, you have to turn a little bit harder to try and counter steer that. And opt out. What's happened here? What's happened to Spider?
I don't know.
I seen Murphy overtaking Spider. I thought, is this some team play shenanigans going on here? But I think Spider just missed his braking point under safety car and dropped from P6 down to P13. Oh, yeah, Rob, you silly boy.
So, Murphy on his comeback drive is not doing too bad. He's going to pit for the hard tires, and Murphy's effectively, well, actually, no, Ben will take the net race lead. Well, his hards will be a stretch where, well, Murphy, Nacho, and Riordan, all those tires easy to make it to the end. So this saves guys, I think on a spanner in the works on the strategy now, let me tell you. This race is going to be very, very interesting here and now, but the likes of, Riordan will come out in P12 just behind Pancake. But yeah, honestly, I would give you net piss and all that, but I don't know where anyone is at the moment based on strategy or whatever. What's happened here?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. What in the... That was a shambles there. I think that was... I don't know if somebody... Did somebody go deep? I think this is illegal overtakes, and they'll all be getting illegal overtakes on each other, and sometimes you've just got to firm it. You can report it to the stewards and get it removed. I think somebody went deep into turn 3. Ben, I don't know what's... that's an interesting one. That might be one for the stewards to see what actually went on there. I think Ben was the only one that really got compromised getting that penalty. I believe, was it a 10-second penalty? No, it was a 5.
It's in this. Oh, Jesus Christ, here we go. But it looked like someone got damaged there, but I don't think anyone got damaged. Thankfully, that's the case. But Jesus, I'm not wasting time to get in the snap. Everyone needs to regain their composure after that, as Tom tipped up in the Alfa Romeo, who needs us to wait for the restart. He's leaving late. He's
going into the pits.
Away. Yeah, he's gone.
I was wondering that his line was very... He's actually went wide going into the pits, Tomo. That's an interesting call on the strategy. 13 lap old hards as well. He kept it going, but we are back racing underway then. Duncan is going to chase down Gautier full on for the lead of this Grand Prix. The Mercedes versus the Ferrari. What a battle that has been in recent years. AFL and the Aston Martin chasing slightly behind. Scooter Clem very close to the rear of Topher. Tries to get the move into turn 3. Can't quite make it work as Pancakes battling out with Riordan for P10. Of course, Riordan, of course, the previous race leader. And I mean, you think about it, Pancakes on the same strategy effectively. There's not much in the difference of tyres when you consider most of the final few laps have been under safety car. Same corner, we've seen a few in quali.
Yeah, AFL round, hits the wall, and I think he is damaged. I actually can't tell, it doesn't show him much. But yeah, the top 2 have gone. Top 2 are now 2 seconds clear of Scooter Clem on the back of Topher. Actually, technically speaking, Topher is your net race leader at the moment.
Yeah, realistically speaking, yeah, Topher is net P1.
That's crazy.
Ben is net P2. MKP with a spin in the final penultimate corner. Catching a lot of them out.
Yeah, it is indeed. As Curry got a penny, from what I saw, but yeah, everyone needs to kind of get settled back in. Obviously, 2 safety cars in increased testing can result in loss of rhythms. Everyone has to get a few laps under their belt as Riordan goes down the inside of Hedgehog for P8 now, and Scooter comes round. Oh my god.
It is just a case, like you say, 2 safety cars, quick succession drivers, losing that little bit of rhythm, losing maybe just, almost thinking of it as like a race start where you've got fresh tyres and you're not able to push the same on maybe slightly older, worn or colder tyres. Riordan though making a lovely move around the outside of Curly into turn number 4. He is on a charge.
Oh, he saved it, but he's almost come back on a Hedgehog. Yeah, needs to be careful there, Spider. Off into the gravel, and now Nacho's gone through. He's running with 2 on the outside. Jesus, I can't keep up with all this, Scott. It's only round 1, and we're already struggling.
There's so much going on. Murphy goes down the inside of his teammate. Spider's trying to get into the pits. This is pandemonium.
AFL spawn, and the ERS is now enabled, so Duncan might go for the race lead. I'm not too sure, but Jesus Christ.
Well, before we get to that, Victor Means trying to go down the inside of Pancake into turn number 1. He does pick up a 3-second time penalty. Pancake gets forced wide onto the exit curb, and he might be feeling a little bit downtrodden with that. MKP, a 5-second penalty speeding into the race. Qualifying has been his game. Racing has not, and it is a retirement in the pits for him. Murphy very close. This is incredible.
Oh, it goes Murphy. He's got past all to the race. He's going to get past Nacho into turn 4. Murphy, that's like a triple overtake at 2 corners if he makes a stick. Oh, forces Nacho onto the gravel. Nacho won't be happy with that one. Murphy getting his elbows out. The experienced man on this grid, one of the many, getting his elbows out and open the P6, and now he would want to chase after Riordan at the moment here. Riordan chasing after his teammate, BX37 Football. Oh,
there's a McLaren round. I don't know if there was contact. That was Victor Mean maybe making contact with the rear of either Hedgehog, Kieran, or even his teammate Nacho. I'm not quite sure who it was, but that was. It's all kicking off. Hedgehog is under threat from Nacho. He's trying to attack Curly. Murphy's managed to clear this little group. He'll be so glad of that. Here comes Kieran. Kieran almost hits the back of Nacho into turn 1.
And Pancake's going to get him, I think, as well. But here comes Hedgehog on Curly. He goes for it down inside. Curly goes wide, and then Nacho want to get in 2 corners, so he's going to get the drive off turn 3. He'll duck to the session with Pancakes round. Oh my god, Pancakes round as well. Here comes Nacho down the inside. Can he make the move stick? He doesn't. Hedgehog Nacho up into P7.
Hedgehog nearly losing the car, just saves it. I think this is great. I think we're going to need to get like an oxygen bag or something.
Yeah, I agree. But up at the front thing, it seems we can. Up at the front, Gutierrez got 1.4 seconds, but now Topher, man at the moment, who's in the net race lead, so I'm going to go.
Scooter comes out of the race on exit turn 6. That is safety car number 3.
As if strategies didn't need any more testing. Oh my god. Well, Gautier will be saved, Duncan will be saved. Some of the high runners might pick the medium. Hedgehog's in, Curly's in, Kieran's in. All them guys will be in. They won't matter though, because the guys that never had those safety cars. Spider-Man's got a drive. Oh my god.
Race of the season already. I don't care what happens. This is race of the season. There's been 3 safety cars, 1 virtual safety car. We're only halfway there. There's been so many overtakes, so much action. This is mental in the best way ever. Well, I hope everybody watching is enjoying this at home. We're going to give a quick shout out to a few of them. Mighty Adam, McConey, Kevin DeWill, DC. He wants to, let's just say, he wants to say some not nice things about you, Lee, but you're ignoring him and holding the high ground. Good on you for that. Polishman, Kirsty, Wouter was here, Daniel Buell, Pio, big shout out to Pio, Big Ben, of course, in the comments as well. Reese Allen Jones, I believe is MKP, and Ark Survival Evolved that it did. I'm not too sure who that is, but welcome. McConey with the monkey covering the eyes emoji. That's probably a good way to summarise it, mate.
And now Murphy, if you remember, he got a drive-through, he was down in last, he's up in the P3.
He's not much of a kid, but he's definitely pulling the comeback kid story here tonight. Getting that drive-through, like you say, from pole up into P3, right up behind Riordan, who's just in front before he got that. Nacho, after all this, is still up there as well. There's a lot of mediums, on. Now, bear in mind, there'll be a couple of laps before we get racing again here. Maybe those mediums could definitely go to the end hard. This could be us to the end, folks. Unless
yeah, well,
there is another.
I wouldn't say that. Guaranteed. Goat is in an amazing position. He's on mediums, and we know the tire difference on this game. How much fresh tires gain you? He's on a solid compound. He's on 6 laps younger tires in the case of the guys, and then 11 laps in terms of Topher. Okay, let's breathe, Scotty. Let's breathe.
It's not just that. Duncan's behind him. So is Ben, and so is Hedgehog. Tomo tipped up 5-lap old mediums, but they wouldn't have seen much green flag racing, so he's in a pretty good. This is anyone's race.
We need to breathe. Just relax. I wish they do some yoga, I think, or something. Because Jesus Christ, I can't keep up with this. I'm only halfway through.
We're going to have to get CRL sponsored healthcare at this rate, because mine and your blood pressure can't cope for this for the next 12 weeks. There was no chance.
Oh my. That's an understatement, man. That's an understatement, yeah.
It'll be next week. It'll be, well, where's Scott and Leroy? They're in the hospital because their hearts exploded from last week.
Yeah, and then the week after,
they're back.
Dead. And you have new commentators now.
we just cycle on through until there's nobody else left.
Yeah. We'll give someone I'll give some of the tier 1 guys a shot. Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. They can see where the real racing takes place. This is, in my opinion, the go-to tier. It is.
Even though I'm in tier 1 myself.
Yeah, exactly. See, I'm in the middle ground in tier 3. That's like the banter tier. This is the go-to tier. This is where so many.
You're small.
Would you... Listen, I wasn't going to say it, but the only reason you're in tier 1 is so that everybody else gets a guaranteed safety car.
What? I mean, you're not.
I'm not wrong.
No, you're forgetting. Tony's there too, so trust me, it's fine.
Tony was runner-up last season. Don't do any dirt on my man. Anyway, Lee, that's we've rambled on. We said we're going to take a briefer, and we've done nothing but ramble on during the safety car about nonsense.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be in this lap if AFL can catch up with me. So we're going to have to go all over again.
I think it is. I think it's going to be maybe just one of the late calls we should really see about now. Although it looks like it might just be nope. It is going to be in, so it's up to Topher then to set the pace of the pack. He's not going to have the same warning and time to back up the pack as others did before him, but it's still his job nonetheless. That safety car coming into the pits then, and realistically, 36, 40 and 50 miles an hour. He looks to be going now. There's a little bit of a,
he's gone.
He's gone, and that is really bunched up the pack. There's a few penalties been sprung in there, and he has got away cleanly himself at the front. The mid-pack to the back, a little bit all over the pace. There's a couple of cars coming into the pits, probably getting in front, wing damage.
Topher's almost lost it, and now Riordan going on back straight into turn 3. He's going to make the move on the Aston Martin, straight up in the P1 for Riordan, no right around, but Topher coming back at him, and Riordan lets him by. No, he doesn't let him by, sorry, I don't know what I was watching. And Riordan, Topher getting his elbows out. It's very aggressive driving, very fair driving at the front, and here we go, Scott. get ready for the next 15 laps. This should be fun. As here comes Nacho on his fellow Ciro Murphy. Ciro can match it down the inside of Murphy into turn 4. These two fighting so aggressively. Oh, it's so good racing when they managed to stay clean and then Murphy holds position, but 15 laps to this car, I'm gonna die.
Brilliant racing on the restart. Topher there, yeah, getting a little bit loose through turn number 1. Riordan getting the move done into turn 3. It almost looked like he was trying a bit of the old DRS chicken, but of course no DRS for another few laps here. 16 cars still running in this race. Some of the cars getting very loose through the penultimate corner there on these maybe fresher, colder tyres. They're a little bit green, not quite rubbered in, so it's going to take a lap or two. Duncan trying to get past Gautier Fallon, 6 inside for turn 1, but Gautier Fallon goes for a little bit of a lunge on Nacho into turn 1. Can't quite make it. Those fresher mediums are going to have such a pace advantage to the 4 hard runners in front, and this is about to get very, very spicy. Nacho trying once again that is probably going to be one for the steward's office.
Murphy got second. If Murphy doesn't get any warning, that could be a move, because there was contact there and he had to go after it. He lost time. But here comes Tomativ. That reorder's gone wide. Gautier's still on the bottom. He's got a penalty as well. Gautier. Oh, it's 3 wide nearly. Tomativ and Gautier. Oh, they're making contact. Oh my god. Reorder's back through.
Keep it clean, lads. Keep it clean. You can put the elbows out, but you can't start punching people. Riordan.
Gautier again. He's not happy with something. He's weaving it a bit, but into the penultimate corner now. And now, Riordan's lost in 1 second to the guys ahead. Riordan's lost in 1 second here. But now DRS isn't nailed. If you thought it was chaos before, it's going to be even more chaos now. But Riordan's got the DRS back again. So let's see, going now down into turn 3. Nacho up for the battle in P1 with half slipstream. Hofer will go to the inside line. Nacho will take the outside and will easily stroll through. Up in the P1, Topher will get the arrest. He's going to hold it on the inside. He breaks very late. Nacho holds it around the outside. Murphy on the inside as well. Nacho has no DRS, I don't believe. No, he doesn't. So it'll be a straight fight between these guys. Going down into turn 4. They've kept it relatively clean. There's Victor Mean, I think, at the back of Spawn. But now into turn 4, yeah, no one side by side. And they've all kept it clean for now.
It's been a crazy lap, all starting from Riordan trying to go round the outside of Topher into turn 3, pushing Murphy off, and then it was a concertina effect because you've got 7 cars in a DRS train in tier 5, 23 laps into a race. You are not mistaken here, folks. This is incredibly tight. Murphy trying to go down into the penultimate corner, goes down the inside of Topher and gets the move done. But this is
spin. That's Victor Mean at the back. Yeah, up front. As here comes Gautier, up and now past Topher. Topher won't be happy with that move. They're nearly 3 wide behind. Tomativ going down the inside of BX37 Pro. He holds it, but where did he look? Going on? Where to look?
just look at everything and try our best. Nacho, yeah, he's dropped out 1.5 in front. Riordan swapping places with Topher at the same corner that cost all the corners a few, but that's a tap. BX37 Pro connects to the back of Topher. Tomativ Tip-Top slips on through and sneaks on up into P5. This is carnage in the best way.
Oh, he's gone into pen. Topher's round, the half spins, gets a penalty for his troubles, now down into P9. I'm making sounds I've never made before, Scott. This is crazy.
I think there's a little bit of maybe some deer in the headlights type thing where people are seeing a chance. This is a chance for a win and just getting a little bit too
hard. Another one! Victor Mean was beached there for a while. Could be white. Duncan's into the pitch. He's into the pitch again for another set. I'm assuming he might go soft there. So, yeah, the guys at the back are nothing to lose. And Duncan will be in rough about P10, I'd say. So, P10 on soft. I mean, no tire difference. Watch out for Duncan on this restart. It could be a 30 on soft. Yes. Yes, this restart, if you thought that one was chaotic, just wait. And then we have to breathe again.
This is mental. This is I've never heard you so excitedly. I genuinely don't think I've ever heard you like this.
all I'm gonna say, I just recovered from being ill, and this is the first thing I'm doing. I can't wait to be ill again tomorrow, but who cares? It's all in the name of great commentary. So it is what it is. I wonder if any of the top guys, because realistically, the furthest they'll come out is in P9, but on Ghost Danger 1, right? Why not strap on a set of softs? I'm thinking for the likes of maybe a Tom Tip Top, a BX37 Pro, a Hedgehog, any of those guys. Why not chuck on a set of softs and go to the and just fight your way through? As Nacho, he's to the right here, he could pit. Is he going to pit? No, he stays out.
Yeah, Nacho stays out 12 lap old.
Up the 8, stays out as well. And Riordan's into the pits. To's Tom tipped up. BX37 process, a Hedgehog stays out. Topher's 8. So that's a very smart move. Ghost Danger 1 was out. Ghost Danger 1 is going to be in P5 or P6. Go on.
Go on, the boy. Ghost Angel 1. He was voted the most likely to get the red lantern. He has proven all of those doubters wrong right now, running in P6. Of course, 12 drivers getting points here tonight. Top 10 are eligible for that fastest lap bonus lap, so we'll see. That might start to come into play now. Pancake picks up another 3-second time penalty. Let's get a little update on those penalties during this little down period. So 3 seconds for Murphy. We've seen that may be removable. You know, I'm not going to guarantee or say anything at the moment, but there was a little bit of contact in that. We'll wait and see. Gotti for law in NP3 with 3 seconds. Ghost Angel 1 does have a 5-second penalty, however. Topher, Curly, Kieran, Spider and Pancake all with 3 seconds. Victor Mean with 6 himself down near the back of the pack. So it is, you know, you look at your likes, your Duncan's down in P14, even EFL in P10. There's quite a few drivers in front with pen, so big opportunities for some of these drivers. There's a lot of fresh mediums, there's a couple of fresh softs, and it is going to be effectively, yeah, for lack of a better word, it's going to be
Riordan's going to be
packed.
Cutting his way to the field. One of the fastest drivers on the grid on soft tyres, with a chance to win. This is going to be very... I'm trying to think... Lewis Hamilton Middle 2021-esque. Yes, I said that because why I'm a Hamilton fan. Deal with it.
It's going to be an interesting finish to this race, at least. Lap 27 we are coming on to then, out of 36. 10 laps to go, including this one, of course. So it's going to be at the very minimum, or the very maximum, sorry, a 9-lap sprint to the end. I'm hopeful safety car should be in this lap once the likes of Victor Mean, the likes of Pancake and Duncan all form up once again.
Just for context, right? As you know, I thought you before the stream, and you did the same. Everyone got a full bottle of water before the race. My full bottle of water was gone, and my voice is dying. This should be something.
Take your time and breathe, mate. Take your time and breathe. You've got plenty of weeks to keep going. I did say that you might pull the odd little sickie here. You can't be going sick because you've burnt out your voice in the 1 week. You know, got to keep your choir voice in check, don't you?
I mean, as you heard earlier, I think I had a voice crack, so, you know.
Yeah. Little Leroy's becoming a man, folks. You heard it here first.
Safety car. Will it be in this app? Actually, I'm not sure if it will. It'll be a very late call.
Yeah, it's going to be very similar to the last one if it is a very late call. We'll see on the sort of apex exit of turn 8 just coming around anytime now. We should find out. And I think, it is a very, very late call. That's probably just about as late as it can go. Hopefully not maybe as chaotic and as slow as last time. Nacho going to hold the grid at about 50 to 60 miles per hour here. The safety car going to dive into the pits, and effectively he can go from wherever he chooses now. And I think it's going to be somewhere round about now in the exit of the final corner. He gets away, that McLaren spinning up those tyres and going away. Gotti full on getting a mighty launch here, as is Ben, as is Hedgehog. They've all gapped Ghost Angel 1 by 1.4. He's been caught sleeping a little bit.
Oh, there's contact between those two, and Ben slips to open the P3. Hedgehog now on his return. He's better racing there. He's coming open the P4 now. He should go over on the other side of Gautier now. The 2 cars ahead. The Haas and now Vitari going side by side. Murphy breaks late. Goes around the outside. Oh, loses the back end a little bit. And now on the exit, Hedgehog is on the outside of Ben here. 2 very, very experienced drivers in the Cone community. They're going for it. They're gaining on Murphy here. Are they going to be 3 wide into turn 4? No, they're not. Ben goes down the inside. It's hard racing. Hedgehog trying to get the switch back. Oh, he's almost lost it. And now he has to took him behind. Riordan now, he's gaining on these guys. He's on the soft tyres up on the P6 now. He's been looking to make moves. But Nacho has gone. This is what he needed
Nachos.
Riordan chasing down. This is what he needs to do, and he's done that excellently.
Nachos took his chance. He knows that those behind would be battling. He's put his foot down and he's tried to just escape off into the distance. Riordan has cleared a few cars, but he's not out of the woods yet. He's got Tomo tipped up very, very close behind, and Tomo getting a run out of this final corner now is going to go side by side with Riordan, the Haas against the Alfa Romeo.
Oh, so it's the Ferrari.
He puts a little bit of a wing in the inside there, and it was never really going to be on. Gautier Fillon then losing out to Riordan. Riordan up to P5 on those fresh softs, goes for the dive into turn 3, thinks better of it and pulls in behind, and is now going to have the slipstream all the way down to turn number 4 behind that Red Bull. Using as much of the slipstream, going to use a little bit of that ERS. He has only got 12% of his battery left, does Riordan. Nacho's gap now up to 1.6. Topher very close to touching. In fact, does make contact with Tomo Tip Top and loses a little bit of the time. Keeps it though. The teammate AFL very close behind, tries to pick up some scraps and just can't quite make it work. Further back, Ghost Danger 1 battling out with Spider. He has dropped off massively from that restart, having a poor restart, unfortunately, the old German laddie in the Alpine. But Riordan continues his charge now, hunting down Hedgehog 11.
Almost
Murphy
lost it, and now he's going to concede the position to Ben. Surely, yeah, he'll get those of the DRS going down into turn 3. But yeah, Murphy, those hard maybe starting to die a little bit here. But oh, this is going to get crazy. Oh, Murphy, Riordan looking for someone to go Hedgehog. Oh my, that's very aggressive from Murphy there, going into turn 3. Riordan on the inside, he goes for a dive bomb down the inside of the 2 of them. Riordan, that's very, very argy-bargy on the AlphaTauri. He gets the move. What a move from Riordan. 2 cars in 1 corner. Hedgehog spin the loss that he's down to 6th. Riordan right in no time. That's what you need to do if he wants to catch up. 6 laps left. A 2-second gap roughly to the leader as Tomo Tip-Top gets past Hedgehog as well. Hedgehog falling back a little bit here, but...
Yeah, not too sure what's happened with Hedge. Lost them to... yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Lost them 2 positions into turn 3, and he's been really slow there through turn 4. Whether it was maybe just a confidence knock even. Riordan gets past his teammate for the night. Yeah, of course, Riordan in the reserve alongside Ben tonight, and now a 1.9 second gap for Riordan to hunt down Nacho towards the end. Tomo Tip Top also in a great position here, it must be said, with the 2 cars in front with 3 second time penalties. And if he can maybe get his toe down a little bit, maybe as Ben's mediums might start to wear off, maybe as Nacho's hards even wear off, or even if it runs long enough, Riordan's softs, they might start to approach that dreaded cliff and lose a little bit of time. Anything could happen.
Murphy again! Oh my god, yeah, his tyres are screaming out now. Into turn 4, it's very aggressive from the outside. They're nearly 3 wide. There's been some at the back. Hedgehog's round at the back. Into turn 4, Gautier around the outside. Murphy trying to hold it. But Gautier gets it now. Tomo Tip Top's trying to sneak through on the inside. Tomo Tip Top up now into P5, trying to go for P4 here. He's trying to always hit the back of the Ferrari, nearly gone wide. I think he avoided damage, so Tom tucks him behind, and now they are go single fires. Riordan's already caught it within a second of Nacho. Here we go, Scott.
Yep, battle for the lead about to commence. This battle though for P4 raging on. All 3 of them just giving each other a little bit of a love tap. Just come on, get round this corner a little bit quicker. Let's push on, let's go, and remind each other that there's some brilliant battling creeping on in this race. And the battle for the lead really about to kick into fire now as Tomo Tip Top does get back past Gautier Fillon, but all eyes on the Haas of Riordan on the rundown to turn 2 and up to turn 3. He's going to go for the inside. He will lose out on DRS, however, and that red light on the back of the Haas is flashing. Nacho with 33% ERS is going to have a little bit more deployment to use over the next 5 or 4.5 laps it is now alongside the DRS, and if he can hang in there long enough, he might be able to spring a trap, make a move right towards the end of this race. But he's got to be careful as well, because could the Haas boys play a little bit of a game here? Could Riordan back up Nacho and let Ben try and hook in and catch up? We will see in the very, very near future. Murphy still chasing down Gautier Fillon and Tomo Tip Top in that same order. Further back, Kieran leading AFL, leading Curly, leading Victor Mean, leading Spider. A nice little tight battle once again. We've seen multiple times.
Nacho's done many things. Oh, Ben's got a penny now. Tomo Tip Top is into a net podium here. which I believe he started. Where did he start? He started qualifying, if I remember correctly. Where did he start? Yeah, he started in P10, so we good recovery. But yeah, Nacho was held on to DRS just about. And we used some of his overtaking. He's a lot more in the reserve than what Riordan does, so that's good for him. But yeah, Thomas Tipton doing well. Murphy and Gautier, these two guys can't get away from each other here. They've gapped. Hang on. Then the inside goes Gautier on the AlphaTauri. Oh, it's hard racing, and those two, that's been coming. Those two have been argy-bargy the whole since the safety car restart, from what I've seen. Gautier getting his elbows out there, and yeah, very hard racing in those two. I'm not sure if that'd be investigated by Sewage, if Murphy tries to report or not, but Riordan has gone. He's gapped Nacho.
Yeah, Riordan 1.4. He's going to gain a lot of time through the second sector, of course, the tight technical sector. A little bit of juxtaposition to, the first sector realistically, and the first half of the second sector with the long straights. A bit more tight technical, all about the grip, all about the downforce, and those softs are going to lend themselves to that. Few incidents creeping in, it must be said, Lee. I think it could be a slightly busy night for the stewards tomorrow night. A few argy-bargy, maybe some on the line, maybe some just over the line. We'll wait and see. Tomo Tiptop is right on the tail of BX37 Pro and will be trying to make the move. Of course, he can get past Ben at the end of this race with the penalties, but you never know. If he can get past him now and start to hunt down Nacho, if Nacho makes a mistake, if Nacho gets a penalty, it could not be P3, it could be P2 on the cards for the Alfa Romeo. AFL gets past Kieran in the Williams.
He's half spun. He saved it. I thought he fully spun, but he's half saved it. We half cursed him.
Half cursed him there. He's going to have the settle back in behind BX37 Pro, and P3 is still on the cards for now. AFL, another one that's on for a good finish, just keeping it clean, no penalties, currently running in P7 as Victor Mean gets past Curly, but Curly goes for the switchback. Victor Mean running a little deep, and he's going to lose out to CRL Spider as well, up into P10 for him. Victor Mean losing 2 positions while going for 1 down to P11. Our last of the points runners at the moment is CRL Topher, currently in P12, and we'll have a look at the fastest lap a little bit later on, but it's all eyes back on Tomo Tiptop and BX37 Pro. Tomo gonna have DRS on the rundown to turn number 1. He's got a little bit of battery still to use, but as does Ben, and he's not going to be able to close up the gap in time for turn number 1. Good exit here though, could make all the difference on the run up to turn number 3, but maybe we'll see a little bit of DRS chicken. Maybe is that what Ben's doing? I think it is Ben just pulling over, lifting off ever so slightly to try and get that DRS for the rundown to turn 4, and if you can hold in front through that middle sector, Lee, it makes it a hell of a lot harder to overtake. He's got a slight ERS advantage over Tomo, does Ben.
Gautier, Murphy, these two have been feisty the whole night, and he's going to go down the inside. There's yellow flag behind, that is for Topher, I think. Murphy not leaving an inch here. Oh, they've made contact again, these two drivers. It's like Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton in real life here. These guys getting very aggressive. This is a battle raging on. Gautier might have damage, or his tires are dead, I can't tell which that one it is. No, he seems to be fine in terms of damage, but yeah, watch the battle on the last lap. Riordan will start the final lap here, but that battle between the Ferrari and the AlphaTauri will be something to pay attention to. As there's yellow flag, that is, I believe, Victor Mean or his Hedgehog.
It's Victor Mean. It's a McLaren. Victor Mean spinning once again. I think he spun there earlier on in the race. We've seen maybe just something not quite clicking with the setup for him. Ben chasing down Tomo Tiptop once again. He has got the 3 second penalties, and for all we know, this could be removable. We'll wait and see. But Ben trying to make the move on track at the very least. If he can't finish him in the classifications, he will finish ahead of him on track if he can try his very, very best. A little train of cars following very closely behind. You can see in the background it is again Murphy and Gautier left alone.
Oh, he's caught it. Oh no, he's not. He's round. And he's going to fall at the point straight now. He's hit the wall. Spider has to go into the grass to try and avoid him. Oh, just lost traction there. I think he was so eager to get past Murphy, he just forgot that maybe he's better off keeping in position there. But Riordan, he's made work for it. He had to come back from 7th place in the softs. It's not been easy for him, like some maybe I thought. Riordan round the final corner in the Haas. He will be your first Tier 5 winner here in Sierra. He rounds the final corner and he wins in Austria. Nacho will come home in P2. A very solid drive from him. Tomo Tiptop, a very good drive from the Alfa Romeo in P3. Then it would be BX37 Pro in P4. But I believe, hold on a second, AFL will jump up into P4. Yes, he will on penalties. Ben in P5, Murphy 6, Kieran 7th, Curly 8th, Spider and Robin 9th, Pancake in 10th, Gautier in 11th, but Hedgehog will get 11th. Gautier around at your point positions in 12th. Oh my god. That's race of the season. I'm only one race in.
I think we just call it here. I generally think we just. I don't think we can improve upon
I
this.
think so. No, we can't. That was peak Colin there.
It was incredible, incredible the way the racing ran on there. There was battles galore, and it is Riordan, the reserve, taking the 30
The
points
Irishman!
here. The Irishman, indeed, taking the 30 points here in Austria. Driver of the day is AFL. I don't even know. I can't even begin to think. I'm going to have to leave it another 24 hours before I decide who I'd nominate as my driver of the day.
That's ambitious.
Maybe you could see Bert Maylander, you could see the stewards after some of the little argy-barginess we've seen. We'll wait and see. But to give you the rundown then of the final provisional finishing positions. Riordan from P2 takes the win in Austria ahead of CRL Nacho, start P6. Toma Tip-Top rounds it off the podium. AFL with a mighty drive from 16 to 4. BX37 Pro P11 all the way up to P5 ahead of your pole sitter Murphy, who got involved in a little bit of argy-bargy and had to settle for P6 provisionally. And then Kieran with the fastest lap in P7, the Welshman, making his debut as a reserve in 11, and Gotti Fallon round off your points scorers. Topher, Duncan, Victor Mean and Ghost Angel 1 the last of the finishers, with Scooter Climb, NKP, Mark Wilson and FRL, Mean Moody all retiring from this race. It's
what the numbers in Riordan's name, just so I can run to Barry?
There's a 15, and I don't know if it's got a little L or a big I either side of it.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Thank you for that. His name isn't coming up, right? I'll have one coming in.
I'll see if I can add him.
No,
We'll try.
Yeah.
We'll try, and you got him now.
Yeah.
Spot on. We'll try and then get Riordan, Nacho, and Toma Tip-Top in for a quick little chat post-race shenanigans and get their input and their insight into how that race was for them. I don't know, Toma Tip-Top. He's been on the podium a few times. I don't think he's one that normally joins, but hopefully get him in tonight.
Mine, okay, if for some reason I couldn't add Riordan, so maybe you have to do that, but I can add the other two. So, let me do that.
Yeah, that'll do. I'll quickly add Riordan to the party then, and hopefully one or two of them want to join for a chat, join for a little chinwag. It's round 1, the first of 12. We're hoping to get a couple of drivers in at least every single week.
I've got Nacho on Tip-Top, so, but I wonder who was the last Irish driver to win. I'm assuming it's Farrell last season or whenever, but
yes,
there
it
isn't
would
much
have been.
success for us Irish drivers. So it's good to see from that perspective. Obviously, I have no bias, by the way. I love everyone in Tier 5, apart from Sky. Anyway. I'm out of breath after that, Jesus Christ.
That is.
I'm going to lie down. Maybe drink some alcohol. What? Hopefully we get one of them in.
Yeah, hopefully. One of them did give us a thumbs up. It was Riordan, so hopefully he does join for a little chinwag. Good to
my man.
Good to get the race winner in.
We got another one as well from Nacho, so I'm assuming those two will hop in a minute. I will tell them that they haven't added. I'm not sure if you read Tier 5 chat, but
it's a little bit kicking off, it must be said.
No, it's just the most recent message that I don't want from Riordan above the most recent one. That's the one I'm finding from you.
Yeah. There's a little bit of debate going on some of the incidents, shall we say, in the Tier 5 paddock, but if any of the Tier 5 drivers are, just feel free to report the incident. It's what the stewards are for. We'll get things analysed, organised and sorted out. But we are joined by last week's pole sitter. He couldn't convert it there. He couldn't put it in pole. He narrowly misses out to Murphy tonight, but he did convert the win. Riordan, Dean, Jerry, you're a man of many names, but now we can add CRL race winner to that one.
History maker.
First in Tier 5. Yeah, but not a Tier 5 one. You're making history here.
Right. Yeah, that is true.
How was that race for you, though, mate? It's from a commentator's perspective, it was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, mate, we know.
Just every overtake was just like you had to dive bomb every single one.
Oh yeah,
And
we've seen
people-
that, especially your turn 3 one where you made 2 overtakes. That was interesting.
It was a bold call as well at the end. We saw a few drivers, of course, in one of the later safety cars dropping onto the mediums. You chose for the softs. Worked out to be the bold car. How were they towards the end? You seem to still have a good bit of life in them, however.
Yeah,
good bit of pace.
they were still like decent. I think they were on like they're just pushing 40 now, 40 towards the end, so they're actually okay.
Ideal stint in for them. Yeah, made them work. Yeah, some brilliant overtakes. I don't know really what else I've got to ask you. I suppose I can't ask you much about your championship hopefuls, just a reserve. But what a way to mark yourself as a reserve with a win. Are you hoping to get a few outings this season?
No, because I have a feeling I might be moved up a tier, which is not good.
Well, even if
I'm
you do,
expecting a message anytime soon.
even if you do move up a tier, is there any one particular track that you're looking forward to hopefully getting to race?
Not Vegas, probably Brazil. Is Brazil on it? I don't even know what Brazil.
Brazil in it. Brazil is the finale.
Ah, well then, yeah, that'll be fine. I'll race that. That'll be fun.
Brilliant stuff. Oh well.
You got missing the whole season.
Yeah.
Show up for the first race, win it. Come back for the last race, win it. Retire.
Yeah. That's
100% record. 100% record.
No, a brilliant result for you tonight, Riordan. Lee, you anything for your fellow countrymen?
I mean, you're representing the Irish well. Hopefully I can do the same on Thursday, mate. But no, congrats. And if you are still in 35 next week, you are racing, which I believe next week. I actually forget what track it is next week.
It is Japan.
Oh, we're going to Suzuka next. Yes, very insane. Well, if you are racing that, or whatever tier you're racing in, good luck to you.
Thanks very much.
Brilliant stuff. P2 then, we move on. You had your countryman in P1. He's not from the same country as me, but he is in the same constructor, so that is doing me a nice bit of happiness right now. It is our very own CRL Nacho. We've already had it described as stressful from Riordan. How would you sum up the race, mate?
Eventful.
I think that's a brilliant word for it.
That's all. That's all Truck need, I think.
From the start, it was just overtake after overtake, and then someone spun off, and then safety car, and another safety car. So yeah, lots of overtaking. Finally.
Yeah, it's nice to see, compared to the old tier 4, tier 5 grids, particularly this game, the racing is a lot closer. Maybe the skill gap a little bit closer as well. It creates brilliant racing. You're again, I believe you're another one that stayed out onto that late safety car on the old hards, weren't you?
I did.
I take it
I thought it was
pure,
too risky.
yeah, going for pure track position, not trying to fall back into that muddle, and it definitely made it work for yourself. I suppose then, going into the season, what's your expectations? You've started it off with a podium. Is this the start of the Nacho title challenge?
Well, I hope so. I've never won here, so that's going to be a first. I think I'll win this season, after this.
Oh, definitely. It's a confidence builder that. You got the P2. I hope you do, mate. I hope to do the same as well. And I suppose next week, Japan. Do you think you can repeat the feat? Do you think you can maybe claim that first victory next week?
No, I don't think I can, because I'll be on holiday. So.
Oh well, you've just made me look like a right mug here.
Yeah.
No, it's about time somebody did. No, all from me. Congratulations once again, Nacho. Brilliant result for yourself and for the McLaren team. Lee, hand it over to yourself, mate.
Yeah, I mean, Scott's all my questions as he always does, but something will change. But congrats on P2, and hopefully you come back recharged for Australia round 3, and hopefully we will see you mount your championship charge.
Yeah, I hope so. Would be fun. Thank you.
So brilliant. Well, thank you, Riordan. Thank you, Nacho, for joining us for a quick chat. We'll hopefully get this going every week, get our podium sitters in. Fortunately, Tom Tip Top couldn't join or wouldn't join. Fair play to him. I respect the man of silence. There's not many of them about these days. But Lee, thank you for joining me for what has been a stressful, eventful, chaotic, mad opener for the season. I couldn't think anybody better to be sitting alongside, and I don't know what you had for your dinner tonight, because you are going absolutely sicko mode with the commentary. It was incredible to see. On a personal note, how much your commentary's grown from you first started. It was a thing of beauty.
Thank you, Scott. Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, as you said, I've grown in confidence. I mean, tier 4 last season, I was a nervous child, to put it quite bluntly. And now I'm here, outshowing you. What can I say?
You'll take some doing to that, mate. Maybe one day. Hey. But no, thank you for joining me, mate. I'm looking forward to sitting alongside you for the next 11 weeks on the Monday night. That'll be all from us then, folks. Make sure to tune back at 8:15 next week. Hopefully the stream will work this time as well. I'm not too sure what the technical glitch was. We'll get into investigating that and get it. It probably was my fault. But make sure to also tune in on Thursday night. You've got 3 streams now on the Thursday night. Tier 3, you can see me in action with the very own Spider Rob and AFL Racing from tonight, commentating over that at 7:30. Jonathan, Cool Dude Boy, and our very own Glowstick take to the comms box in Tier 2 at 8 p.m. And then 8:30 has Hedgehog 11 inside the legendary Jamie Morris. What a combo that is, at 8:30 for the Tier 1 sweats, where our very own IRT Leroy, will be racing it out on track. All I can left to say is thank you all for joining us. Thank you for joining for the chat, boys. Congratulations to our winners. Congratulations to all our Tier 5 drivers. That was an incredible race. And I wish you all a very, very good rest of the night.